So hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and on this one I'm basically going to announce a new series I'll be doing on the channel, and that is of course by the title that you can see, an F2 based series that will be running on F1 2017, and this series will be run with myself and Ruben, or behind the wheel. I will leave a link down in the description below for you to check his channel out. But yeah, it basically is another F1 YouTuber, curiously enough from Portugal as well, but worry not, because the videos will be in English, so no need to worry about that. But yeah, basically talking about the series itself, it will be pretty much based on the F2 format of the real thing. And for those of you who don't know how it works, basically we'll have a qualifying session and 2 races. Qualifying session on the series will be the short qualifying, 12-minute qualifying, and that will set the grid for race 1, which is the feature race, which will be 25% the length for the first race. This is because we don't want to take too long and possibly make the videos way too long for you guys, so we'll keep the feature race, which is the longest, at 25%, and then for the sprint race we'll take the top 8 from the feature race and reverse them for the grid of the second race. So first goes 8th on the grid, second on the feature race goes 7th, and so on, and from 9th to lower it goes from basically the results from the first race. So for example, I finished 9th in race 1, and because of that I'll start 9th for the second race, which will be 5 laps long. So really keeping it short, keeping it that can have as much action as it can without getting boring. So that's how the series in terms of the race lengths will work. The calendar will pretty much follow the real life calendar for F2 as well, with Bahrain at the start of the season and Abu Dhabi to wrap it up. The only difference really is that we'll be changing the penultimate race, which in real life is on Jerez, but obviously we don't have that track on these games, so we'll instead be running in the Circuit of Americas. So it will be the United States Grand Prix instead of a second Spanish Grand Prix on the series. But the races, obviously the series will run with equal cars online, so literally everyone has a chance to get podiums and points and all that. And speaking of points, it's also probably important to mention that the point system is a bit different from F1 for those who don't know, and it all starts on qualifying, which if you get pole position you are awarded 4 points straight out of the qualifying. And then in the race, for race 1 it's the same point system as F1, so 25 points for first, 18, 15, 12, 10 and so on, plus 2 extra points for the man who does the fastest lap of the race. However, that person has to be on the top 10, so basically the fastest lap from a guy on the top 10 will be awarded those 2 points after the end of the race. For race 2, however, the point system changes a bit, as only the top 8 receives points as at the end of the race, with the fastest lap still being awarded with 2 points to the man in the top 10. But basically the top 8 will go with 15 points for the winner, 12 points to second place, 10 points to third, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1. That is how the point system works, and the standings will be presented at the end of each Grand Prix. So after the sprint race of each Grand Prix will show the standings at the end of the race. Also, important to know that we'll be running with 100 AI. This because 110 might be a bit too tricky for now for me, for myself and Ruben, and also because we'll be running default setups for every track. So we are not allowed to change anything on the setup from aerodynamics to ballast. We'll be running completely default for every race from Bahrain to Abu Dhabi, and the weather will obviously be set to dynamic at every Grand Prix. So that's pretty much how we're gonna run these series. The schedule for the videos are on the videos will be released on Fridays and Wednesdays, starting tomorrow with the Bahrain Grand Prix. The feature race will go live at 5 p.m. Both on Fridays and Wednesdays, and the sprint race will be live on the same day at 6 p.m. so you don't have to wait too much to see how that Grand Prix ended up in the standings and all. So that's pretty much it for explaining how the series will work. If you do have any suggestions, I mean, make sure you let us know. Make sure you follow the series if you feel intrigued by it, and make sure you support us all the way through if you really do enjoy it that much. But once again, don't forget to check out Ruben's channel, since he will have his POV on his channel as well. But for myself, that is all from today, and I'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. for the start of this F2 series on the channel. Very exciting, but we'll see you then.